Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to DadPooL's discussion. I'm your host, the one and only DadPooL. I'm gonna it's gonna be kind of a brief episode today. Um, as some of you may know, I recently lost a vision in my left eye and went to the doctors today for it and found out it's like some of the worst news that you could probably get. I mean, it's and the movie that I'm reviewing today deals with a lot of grief and how do you handle it. Um, so I had a couple injections in my eyes today to try to clear up the bleeding that's happening in my eyes. My left eye is totally shot. Um, they're they're gonna still try to treat it with some drops and some medications that I have to take daily, multiple times a day. They're gonna treat it with injections, and they're gonna attempt surgery. But I was, you know, given a realization today that I may not get my left eye back as far as vision, and my right eye is right behind my left eye as far as I could wake up tomorrow and be in the same boat. So it's kind of scary. Um, like my eyes hurt. Like those injections are no joke. Like I uh and I'm one that don't like my eyes touched. Like I don't care about any other part of my body. It took me like 6 years to try to finally put contacts in my eyes, or one eye. I only need it for my right eye. That was a challenge, being touched in the eye and having your eyes numbed, and then a doctor's coming at you, and you got these clamps on your eyes, similar to um, from Clockwork Orange when he's going through that therapy, and they got the clamps on his eyes. They use the same type of clamps to open your eyes and keep your eyes open, and then in comes the needle. They tell you to look up, and boom, it sticks right into the bottom of your eye. And I just try not to move. You try just to not think about it, even though you have to keep your eyes open. I don't know. It was terrifying, and if you guys want to talk about it, I'm here. I'll answer any questions you have. But it's kind of a really down day for me. So, but I'm still gonna bring you guys a video. I promise that the only way that I would not do DadPooLoWeen is if I'm there's no life in my body, and I still have life in my body. I just don't have a lot of functioning parts um, to it. So, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about day 26, and the movie today is the Babadook. Now, the Babadook, it came out in 2014. Only a budget about 2 million. Only made about 10-11 million during its run. It's an Australian film. It did gain most of its traction once it was released to Netflix in 2016, and now I believe it's available on Shudder. But this movie is about grief, being a son of a bitch, being a real monster, dealing with the aftermath of death, of despair, and how your mind and body kind of handles it or doesn't handle it. I think this is a great film. It's got that right amount of scare to it, but the reality that this movie brings to people's lives, and how they're feeling mental health wise, to me it's a movie that it's a must watch. any day, especially during October. If you have not seen the Babadook, it's about an hour and a half. I recommend you watching it a couple times. The first time you watch it, you may get kind of um, disenchanted from it. You might not grow to like it the first time you see it. You might get bored. You might get annoyed at the kid and his screaming and mom, mom, mom. You know. Um, but yeah, give us a couple watches. I would say it took me two or three times to watch this movie before I really appreciated it and had a huge respect for the theme of this movie. Uh, and if the poster kind of gets you. I mean, you see that creature, um, and that's just the shape that this kind of grief takes. And we all have grief. We all we all have some type of trauma. In this case, the monster in this movie is the trauma of losing Oscar and her efforts to suppress this grief and trauma led to the Babadook becoming stronger and stronger. And that healing from trauma doesn't happen, overnight. It doesn't happen quickly. It doesn't just, it's not like a switch. It just turns on and off and it's gone. This is real life. It takes a lot of mental, emotional, even physical processing to get through certain stages of grief and certain levels of grief and certain types of grief. So when you watch the movie, please understand what this kid is going through and his mother is going through may not be as exaggerant as what you're dealing with at the moment, but for them, the Babadook is real, and it took them to a very dangerous place that they seemed to almost lose control of their life and situation and to get it back and to gain control. Now, we've seen this in movies before. We've seen this in Nightmare on Elm Street, where Nancy's trying to gain control of her dreams and gain control over Freddy. And she finally, at the end of the movies, after what Glenn said to her when they were on that bridge, or the overbridge over the little creek or whatever, and they're talking about you turn your back on it and it loses its power. So she finally figured out how to gain control. So we've seen movies where the characters are trying to battle their demons and overcome trauma, overcome troubles, overcome a monster. This movie just tackles it in a more direct way. Not using a monster that's so what's the word I want to say? Not visceral, but like, it's not like bam in your face, like Jason or Freddy or Michael. This is a monster that lurks in the corner, in the shadows, and it feeds on your fear. Again, I'll let you guys be the judge of this movie and what you guys think of it. But for me, the more you watch it, the more you're going to appreciate it. The more you watch it, the more you're going to understand it. And then as you watch it again, you're going to notice different things of the movie, and you're going to put it all together as to what is going on. Sam is a very troubled kid. I mean, you see it in the beginning of the movie when they're, I think, at the grocery store, at a store, and Sam is just talking to his girl, and the mom comes over, they start talking, and Sam just blurts out, "Oh, My father died when, in an accident. Just random, normal conversation. He's talking about it. And then, he's having these bad nightmares and he's screaming. He's scared of the dark. Now that they opened up a channel for this fear monster to make its way into their lives. It's again, it's the cinematography is great. The interactions between mother and son are riveting, emotional. Again, you may think the kid's annoying, but this is what occurs every day. And this movie just made all kinds of waves. It went from being a bomb to, some Australian movie that had nothing going for it. I mean, it did win some Australian awards, but once it gained traction, it came over to the UK and the US, had US releases, is when it really took off and people appreciate it. And again, it becomes that cult classic. The movies that you love to hate and hate to love. Babadook is a movie that you love to hate and hate to love. But, and, directed by Jennifer Kent, based on a short called Monster by Jennifer Kent. If you get the Blu-ray, that actually includes that Monster short on there. So again, you can see the whole story unfold in its in its entire stages. But yeah, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the Babadook? Is this a movie that you've heard of? Have you seen it? Because the title alone, just and the Babadook, like that's just creepy to me. Like, this movie has that creep factor. It has the suspense, the horror elements to it, but psychological ways. Not so much, not blood and gore, because that doesn't always dictate a horror movie or what's good and what's bad. It's those edgy, on your seat, real life horrors that I think have a greater effect on people. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. These movies do it for me, and if it's done it for you, please let me know in the comments. Again, I'm going to keep this real short today. I'm just not feeling good. My eyes watering, and it's tripping really bad. So I don't want to sound too crazy on the mic. So I want to keep this short today. I apologize, but tomorrow we'll be back with day 27. Almost done with DadPooLoWeen. It's crazy. And then I think I'll be live for Halloween during trick-or-treating. I think it may be like a simulcast. I may be on both my son's and my phone, and we'll both be simulcasting on each other's channel, trick-or-treating. So you'll get to see that. But let me go through, show you some stills from the movie. Just a couple, and then we'll touch on some pictures that I made, and then we'll cover what's coming up. So here's in excuse me, here's in the beginning of the movie where she reads him a book every night before bed, and he decides that he wants the Babadook book. It's like a little pop-up book. It's really cool. I'm pretty sure they make those as well. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. And then the story of the Babadook is very short and simple. It's almost written as in like a Dr. Seuss type, but it's more dark, more nefarious, kind of rhymes, Here's the Babadook himself. That's just a wild character, very wild character. And here's myself as Babadook. This is what DadPooL looks like as the Babadook. That's the best I could do. It was either that or this one. Me, I'm watching a Babadook. Get ready for this show. I love Bing. I love being able to create stuff just by using a few words, and it just, I think this adds to whatever you're doing as far as content, where you can just add in your own creation and your own content, your own images, and again, it works. What do you guys think? Speaking of creations and content, if you go check out my YouTube channel, I'm gonna be updating my logo. So if you want to go and vote on any of those logos that are currently up there, there's 3 logos. I'm going to be implementing that for the first of the year, and be making some merch out of it. So if you haven't looked in the description of this video, check out the merch store, check out the TikTok, check out the Discord, go follow on YouTube, on Twitch. At the conclusion of DadPooLoWeen, which is sadly going to be next week, we're going to be moving into November, and I'll be doing a weekly show where I'll be discussing horror then and now, remakes versus the original films. And the first franchise is Hellraiser, so I'll be examining Hellraiser 87 and Hellraiser 2022, the Hulu one, and just taking a little mini dive into both these films and how they fared against each other, which one was better, which one captured the story, which one was better adapted to some of the, some of these are based off a book, so which one, or a graphic novel, so which one really held true to that adaptation. I'll be just talking about that. And if you want to come on and talk about it, be my guest. We can come on, we can talk about any franchise and compare any franchises, original and remake. Just let me know which one you want to do, when you want to talk about it, and we'll make it happen. It's something, definitely, I think it'll be fun. So yeah, come on, join. And then in December, we'll be doing 25 days of Christmas horror, just like similar to DadPooLoWeen. We'll be doing Christmas themed horror slashers, some dark themed ones in there as well. Not so much of the blood and guts, but again, like I said with this film, blood and guts don't make up a horror movie. Sometimes that dark element is all you need to make you scared, to make you bite your fingernails, to make you jump, even make you sick. You don't need blood and guts to make you sick. You can have a really good psychological story, and it could make you sick in other ways. It's all, subjective and perception. So I hope to see every one of you in December as well. And then a couple of future series that I'm going to be working on is the 50 greatest film heroes and villains. And then I like to start my 100 greatest films review, where I have 100, which is Ben-Hur, and work my way down to number 1. And then one more series that I have that I want to do. I'd like to find a co-host for. So if you want to come on and do this with me, let's do it. I want to compare the sequels to the first movie of a franchise and see if that sequel either hurt or helped the franchise. What was its effect on said franchise? Did it make sense? Did it continue the story? Did it just stop the thought process and advancement of what was introduced in that first movie? So yeah, I thought, thought that'd be someone brought that to my attention. That'd be a pretty cool idea. So they want to run with that. So if you guys want to help me with that, looking for someone to, they want to come on. If not, I can do it myself. But I think, since we're doing sequels and 2 movies of a franchise, 2 people should do it. So again, hop in the comments, find me on Twitter or X, send me a message, and we'll make some movie magic. We'll make some, it'll be great content. It'll be fun. It'll be a great conversation. So again, I want to thank everyone for understanding and for knowing that this is going to be a short video today, and I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully at the normal 30 to 35 minute length videos. But yeah, just today I'm just not really feeling it today, like I said. So day 26, the Babadook, that was today's movie. Make sure you follow me on TikTok to find out what tomorrow's movie is. I give an advance post late at night. So later tonight, I'll have that post out, and you'll see what tomorrow brings. I hope to see and hear from all of you tomorrow and going forward. Whenever you watch this video, if you're watching it when it's posting tonight, or whether you're catching it in a replay later on, I want to say thank you. Truly appreciate it. And a couple things, just go watch a movie. Maybe watch the Babadook. Maybe check that out and give it, if it's a first watch, see what your thoughts are, or rewatch it and see if you have a different opinion of that movie. And then hug your loved ones. And until tomorrow, until the next video, I'm DadPooL. I love you, and I'll see you later.